Alrighty, welcome everyone. This is Legendary Reaper Death. Resurrect Zombies here, playing some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The new Modern Warfare 3. Not the OG, unfortunately, because that one don't have bots on multiplayer for some odd reason, but hey, it was an older game back in the day. It is what it is. But this is video number 2 of, what if RDXRZ was CEO of Activision, and I'm gonna go over some of the the modes and stuff like that that I would put, including menus. So let me get straight into it. I'm gonna try my best. I do have ADHD, so I tend to say something here and then I end up forgetting to complete the sentence and then say something else, and it happens with me. It really does. But bear with me. Everything will make sense and stuff like that. As the best I can. I'll try my best to make it sound more sense-ified or whatever. I don't care if that's not a word or not. I'm I'm saying how I want to say it. But if you haven't seen video 1, go check that out. I explained how I would make a Call of Duty game and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So check that out. But we're on to video 2. This is sort of part 2 to that video. So yeah, man, let's play some good old Call of Duty, and we'll get straight into the video. Let me do that one. There we go. So yeah. Let me turn the volume down here so I know what I'm saying. There we go. Much better. Much better. So, hi guys. RDXRZ. I am known as RDXRZ. Not many people know me or anything. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I pretty much, do vocal covers, play games, and make lyrical videos, and make random videos, somewhat random videos like this, but on an actual like you see myself in a sense. But yeah, anyways, onto the multiplayer portion of things. So the modes I would keep in my Call of Duty game, I would keep Team Deathmatch. Some good old-fashioned Team Deathmatch. It's a staple of Call of Duty. It has to stay. Team Deathmatch. I would do free-for-all, domination, search and destroy. I would do capture the flag. I would do what other modes here? I would do kill confirm. I might not kill many bots in this gameplay because I'm just ranting on how I would make my Call of Duty game and stuff like that. But yeah. So if I lose my train of thought throughout the video, bear with me. It will come back to me. Trust me. And if it doesn't, well, I kind of messed that up then. Well, dang it. All right. So kill confirm. I would keep that in there. I would keep, the core and hardcore. I would keep all that stuff in there because it's just a staple of Call of Duty. It really is. What else? A bunch of other modes that have been implemented, like Cranked. I'll bring that back. I would bring eventful modes, which that would be in a whole separate, playlist or whatnot. And speaking of playlists, you can choose certain playlists and stuff like that, and what modes that you want to have on. So similar to what the new Call of Duties are, but it'll be more simplified, better in a sense. But yeah, the main menu and stuff would be like Black Ops 2 in a sense. It would be a simplified menu. Again, if I was CEO of Activision, unfortunately, I'm not that. And this game probably won't come true. Hopefully, it would some bits and pieces of this would come true for some of the things I've mentioned and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Again, skill-based matchmaking would be completely erased. You know, it will be completely erased and brought over to ranked play, but it will be skilled to your ranked. It will be skilled to your rank. So whatever rank that you're on is going to be the same rank that everyone else is on. It's not going to be different ranks or anything like that, or at different levels or whatnot. The only way you see different levels is for the people who prestiged and stuff like that, like on core or something like that. And if that's like the same rank in a sense, that's what it'll be skilled to, you know. But the skill-based matchmaking and all that stuff would be amplified to the point where it's sort of an easier skill-based matchmaking, you know, and not much of a sweaty skill-based matchmaking. Because the type of skill-based matchmaking that would go into rank, I mean, obviously, like the higher the rank you go, the more sweatier the game is going to get, you know, if you're playing ranked mode. But if you're going to play the casual mode system, you know, there will be no skill-based matchmaking. It'll be like Black Ops 2 again, man. It would be like OG MW2. Like that would be the matchmaking that I would implement in my Call of Duty game. Come on. It's bots. And that's another thing. Like I would keep bots in my games, because if I was gonna do an online only thing or something like that, you know, that's not what I want to do for my Call of Duty games, because I want to have online, but I also want to have an offline mode implemented as well, which would be really nice. This bot's really camping, huh? Okay. But yeah, and then there'll be different sets of difficulties for the bots, like 6 difficulties. I've mentioned the 6 difficulties for you know, like campaign or multiplayer or whatnot on the other video. So yeah, there'll be a different set of difficulties, and each difficulty will amplify how the bots react to the battlefield of things. I would bring back operations from World War II and stuff like that. I will bring that back because I know a lot of people love that mode. Me included, you know. I loved the operations mode. It was a pretty freaking cool mode when Sledgehammer Games implemented that in the World War II game. Granted, the World War II game got a lot of hate because we went back to World War II when we wanted boots on the ground and stuff like that, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, and like a lot of like newer modes and stuff like that and existing modes would be in the multiplayer as well. Again, this would be a big file, like a really big file for your thing, but it won't be as big as what the Call of Duty gigabytes are nowadays. You know what I mean? Like it won't be as that big. It would be like more of a, I don't know, man. I would say I'm gonna say 150 gigabytes. I think that's a good middle ground. In my opinion, I think that's a good middle ground for, you know, at least having a Call of Duty game on your system, and then you can put multiple other games on your system and stuff like that. That's probably what I would have my gigabytes to. And every update that comes out and stuff, it would only be a killer byte. It won't be a gigabyte. It'll be like a killer byte. It'll be like implemented into the game itself for the file and all that stuff. But at least I think that's how you can make it like that. But I don't. If it's not like that, well then unfortunately the gigabyte might go to 200. But who knows? Who knows, man? But yeah. With all that being said, you know, that's how the multiplayer modes, like all the multiplayer modes would be implemented and stuff like that. Even the ones that were hated, there is some fan base people who liked the newer modes, you know, something different like Havoc mode or something like that from I don't know, MW2 or something, the new MW2. I would put that back in. You know, Havoc mode was a pretty fun mode from when I watched it on video. It looked fun. I didn't get to play it myself, but it looked fun. You know, Infection will be in there, stuff like that. Like it'll be a overall fun time, you know. And I mentioned Operations would be back, and what other one? 10v10 stuff like that. 10v10 stuff like that. There'll be a mosh pit playlist where it would randomize it. It will like randomize where it's small maps, large map, medium maps. It would randomize it, the modes for like team deathmatch. Let's see, free for all. It would randomize it to, you know, domination, kill confirm, and stuff like that. There will also be a voting system implemented, you know, which the voting system would be like Black Ops 2's in a sense, which that would be pretty sick. What else? Again, I'm thinking of this stuff top of my head. I didn't write anything down or anything. I said that on the on the first video that I made. Is there a guy up here? There is. What are you doing up there? But yeah, man. And as far as maps go, you know, it'll be every iteration from like all kinds of Call of Duty games, like Ghosts, Black Ops 2. It'll be. I thought I was getting shot at. But yeah, it would be like Black Ops 2 maps, Black Ops 1, you know, Black Ops 3. Now, I will say, like, the Black Ops 3 Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare maps and stuff like that, all those will be iterated into a dedicated mode for a movement system called boost jumping, okay? Where you can actually boost jump, and the jetpack system would be like Black Ops 3. That's what that'll be. It'll be like Black Ops 3 for the jetpack system in that mode. And then the other mode, right, would be your casual, you know, standard mode where it would feature omni movement, take away tac sprint. I will take that completely away, where you're not running like this. Instead, you're running like this. Just a simplified running system, you know. And omni movement, which is the Black Ops 6 omni movement, that's what I would implement with that. But take away tac sprint altogether, because tac sprint just doesn't work, man. It really doesn't. But yeah. Other than that, with included for the jetpack modes, it would also feature in Zombies, Warzone, probably not DMZ, probably not that. It would also feature in I'm gonna say campaign, but it will be a certain campaign thingy, you know, like a certain campaign mission that you need the jetpacks, right? So there'll be certain missions where it'll be featured in that too. But other than that, you know, there'll be like, you know, World War campaign missions. There will be modern campaign missions. There will be futuristic campaign missions and stuff like that. Stuff like that. It would be pretty sick. These bots love camping, don't they? Look at this. Oh, man. I would have it to where the bots are moving around quite a bit, like sort of like Black Ops 2's in a sense. But like I said, if you amplify the difficulty and stuff like that, the bots will be skilled to a certain thing where, like, oh, they'll choose to like drop shot you, or they'll choose to, you know, camp here and there and then move to a different spot and stuff like that. Like typical bot things, you know? Typical bot things. That's what I would do, but you know, if you put it on like easy or normal or something, like difficulty wise, man, when you're playing with bots, it'll be like the Black Ops 2 bots where they're just running around, man. That would be like a cool middle ground. And if you want to amplify the the difficulty up higher and stuff like that, that's when they'll start doing like Call of Duty Ghosts and like the newest Modern Warfare bot behavior type stuff. Nice. But yeah, man. So that'll be multiplayer. There'll also be a classic mode iteration where there is no Omni movement and it's just classic move, like Call of Duty movement. So there'll be like 3 different modes catered to multiplayer and stuff like that, to where like you have your standard, which is Omni movement, and no tac sprint basically. So like Omni movement, the jetpack one, which will also feature Omni movement in that as well, just to make it easier. And classic mode will have completely no Omni movement. It will be just like the classic Call of Duty movement style of things. And that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. A good middle ground for both, fans alike and stuff like that for the Call of Duty franchise. And these modes will be featured in every other mode as well, except for DMZ. Like DMZ is going to just be the Omni movement way of things, But in terms of like zombies, man, zombies. I mentioned in the first video that I would take away the armor system completely, get rid of that. I would take away that. I would bring back buildable zombie shields. Okay, I'll bring that back. I would bring what else, man? Let's see, I'm gonna remove a bot here. Give me a second, guys. Oop, did not mean to do that. But yeah, I would bring back buildable zombie shield. I would erase the essence point system and bring back the old school point system. I would bring that back. I'm completely scrapping, like, if I was CEO of Activision, I would tell the devs completely scrap the essence points. Make the points easier again, you know what I mean? That's how I would make it and stuff like that. But yeah, man. The Easter eggs will be complexed again, fun. Some would be easy, others will be hard and stuff like that. And you can earn rewards by completing the Easter egg, like a skin or 2 or something like that for like 1 weapon or an operator skin or whatnot, something like that. And if you do like some side Easter eggs, you can earn like, I don't know, like some calling cards or like exclusive calling cards or something like that. Actually, I'm taking away exclusivity because exclusivity just sucks. But you get what I mean. Like you can earn like a calling card or 2 or a charm or even maybe a camo skin for doing a side Easter egg, because why not, right? Like that would be pretty cool. Yes, survival is always a nice surprise. No, dead. But yeah. What else? What else? What else? Again, I didn't write anything down. I'm saying this stuff from the top of my head, man. What else? What else? What else? Mystery box will be, fun to use again. Wall buys would be, honestly, I think this is how I would make it. If there's a wall buy weapon in the map, it's not in the mystery box, which is why I mentioned in my first video where I would have exclusivity or exclusive map weapons that's catered to the map or whatever, whatever map that you play would have like 1 or 4 or 5 exclusive weapons in the mystery box and stuff like that. My party chat completely took me off. But yeah, if I was the CEO of Activision, man, that's how I would portray the zombies mode. That's how I would have the devs have the zombie mode be like, you know? Because I miss zombies being the old school style of things. I really do. Like, I miss the point system. I miss, you know, zombie shields, buildable things and stuff like that. Like, things that were just so unique back in the day, you know? Zombies just feels bland, in my opinion, nowadays. But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 6 Zombies is fun. When it wants to be. You know what I mean? Like, all these bugs that we have and stuff, man. It sucks. It really sucks, man. But yeah, that's how I would have it if I would make a Call of Duty game for everybody. So yeah, and the zombie maps alone, they'll be zombified. They won't be generic facility maps or a generic town or whatnot. It will have complete atmosphere, zombified, you know, like a zombified coating over the map. You know what I mean? And the maps will be completely original, separate to what multiplayer in Warzone is. Like, that's how I would have it. And the outbreak mode, right? The outbreak mode. I mentioned outbreak in the first video. I would bring that back, but make it more zombified in a sense. It would be like MWZs in a sense, but I would take the timer away. The timer, gone. Don't need it. If I would implement some like soldiers or something, like AI soldiers, just to like build up on a story of some kind. I don't know, man. Soldiers was kind of controversial on MWZ. I probably would keep those out of zombies. That's just my take on it, you know. I would keep them out of zombies. Zombies is the only thing that we need to kill, not humans. You know what I mean? I mean, I know zombies are somewhat human, but they're infected human. So the humans that weren't affected, I would basically just take them out of the game overall, you know, and just keep them in DMZ. That's where I would keep them at. DMZ and campaign. That's all I would keep the AI soldiers at. There was also these raid modes as well in MW2, and I heard there was like some people who liked those modes as well. I would bring that mode back too, you know, make it even better in a sense, and stuff like that for the Call of Duty game. Like, every mode iteration that there was will be in this Call of Duty game, like zombies, extinction, and stuff like that, and it'll just be 10 times better than what it would be currently. Where it was currently was, you know what I mean? It'll be 10 times better with that. But I know I'm mixing my words here and there. I apologize. My ADHD kicking in. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. Bear with me in this video. Don't click off the video. I don't get paid for doing any of this stuff, by the way. You guys probably think I should, but I just don't. You know, I don't get paid for it. I'm not getting paid making this video. I'm not getting paid by Activision making this video or anything, because the title stands. If RDXRZ was CEO of Activision, you know, I'm stating my own little ideas for a Call of Duty game that I would make, you know? And for those who haven't seen the first video, the type of Call of Duty game I would make would be like COD Mobile. No more yearly releases. That's gone. Completely gone. Out of here. Get it out of here. You know what I mean? And it will be updated every week or not every week, but like every once in a while. And like, if it's a major update, like major update, that would be like a month update, like every month update, which I think that would be a pretty cool middle ground. Like the week updates, right? Will just add content upon content and stuff like that. And I mentioned bundles, microtransactions of stuff in the first video. You can go check that out on how I would portray that as a CEO of Activision, you know, telling the devs like this is how I want it and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how I would have it. But yeah, man. Oh, I forgot I had a sword. Oh man. But yeah. What else? What else? Can't think of anything else, man. I really can't think of anything else. Nerfs, buffs, I would take that away because the weapons will be balanced to like really like decent balance, not too over the top where it's like overpowered or something. Like the weapons will be viable again, you know? And it'll be every weapon from every iteration of Call of Duty, from, you know, War at War, or from COD 4, War at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, OG Modern Warfare 3, by the way. It would be Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghosts, some Call of Duty Ghost weaponry and stuff like that. Yeah, all the Call of Duty Ghost weaponry. It would have all the Advanced Warfare weaponry. It would have all the Black Ops 3 weaponry. It would have all the Infinite Warfare weaponry. You know, it would have every single weapon that was implemented in Call of Duty throughout the years into this game, including the newer realistic weapons, but they will be completely balanced. No nerfs, no buffs. They'll be decently balanced to where they are viable again. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So that's how I would have the weapons balanced. It would be like a Black Ops. It would be like an like an OG MW2 Black Ops 2 balance system for the weapons. And I think that will be a really good middle ground for the balance systems of the weapons. But yeah, what else, man? What else? The kill streaks, score streaks, and stuff like that. You know, they'll be exciting to earn again. You know, like they'll do so much damage to the player and stuff like that. You know, and they won't be easy to take down either, like gun choppers and stuff. It'll be like the OG MW2 kill streak system and Black Ops 2 kill streak system. It'll have those types of kill streak systems right there, health wise and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I would do it for that. What else? What else? What else can RDXRZ think up the top of his head? Oh yes, the first video I mentioned essentially you can actually have 4 weapons throughout your multiplayer grind or whatever it is. Yeah, essentially you can have 4 weapons and 20 class, create a class system. The only way to earn the 10 additional class system is you have to hit Prestige Master in your multiplayer, or, you know, zombies or whatnot. There'll be a level system catered to multiplayer, you know, campaign. There'll be a level system for Warzone, DMZ, even a level system for Extinction and Zombies. Like, and these won't be progression. Like, they won't be progressing over every mode. They'll have their own unique leveling system in their mode. Like, it'll be separate from each other. So that way, multiplayer like, if you want to unlock all the attachments and stuff like that in multiplayer, you would have to play multiplayer. If you want to unlock all the attachments for zombies, you would have to play zombies and stuff like that for that, you know? If you're going to do the loadout route on zombies. But again, I did mention in the first video, there will be a sort of a classic type mode for zombies where you start out with a weak ass pistol and you work yourself up for a better weapon or something like that. But yeah, that's how I would do it, man. You know? Let's go and choose a map here. Let's just play this map, why not? But yeah, man. What else? Extinction, I would make it fun. Not like how Ghost was, you know, I would make it fun. The whole drilling system thing, I would take that away. I don't think the drilling system is necessary in Extinction. Extinction, in my eyes, would be killing aliens instead of zombies. It would be more like a zombies mode, in a sense, but you're shooting aliens. I think that would be pretty cool. And for the Easter eggs, as far as Easter eggs go for Extinction and stuff like that, they'll also have their own unique Easter egg system in there where you can earn, like if you beat the Easter egg and stuff like that on a certain Extinction map, you can basically earn like rewards and stuff, whether it's like camos or, you know, an operator skin or something like that, you know? I think that would be pretty cool. At least in my eyes, I think that would be pretty cool. Again, you can agree and disagree with some of these ideas that I have for you know, a Call of Duty game if I was the CEO of Activision, you know, and I would have these devs make this Call of Duty game. Like, you can agree or disagree with certain ideas, but you gotta admit, this might become the best Call of Duty game that you would ever see or ever play. You know what I mean? It would have everything. It would have, you know, everything that you've ever wanted, you know? And as far as, like, new things go, you know, I mean, you gotta have bundles, you gotta have battle passes and stuff like that, but the pricing will be generous, you know? It won't be over-the-top overpricing and stuff like that. The game will be free to play. It would have an online and an offline mode. The gigabytes won't be as bad, you know? And if there's any like custom modders out there who are watching this video or something like that, if you want to take some of my ideas for your game and stuff like that, feel free to, you know, and I don't mind. I don't mind if you, you know, just steal my little idea or whatnot. I really don't mind because I'm not a dev and I'm not the CEO of Activision, unfortunately. But like I said, if I was, this would be the Call of Duty game for decades upon. And as far as like camos and stuff like that, the camos will be easy to earn, you know? A lot, like, there'll be certain camos that require you to do headshots. There'll be certain camos that require you to just do body shots. There'll be certain camos that would require you to, you know, that will require you to just play the game, you know? Just play the game and you earn it. Or level up to this level and you unlock this particular camo, right? That's how I would have the camo system. And the weekly challenges, like I said in the first video, I said about like attachments or a new weapon. I didn't mention any camo. There will also be a camo to earn, whether it's animated and stuff like that. And these camos will be universal across all modes throughout this Call of Duty game. That even includes zombies. And I think that would be a pretty cool middle ground when it comes to camos and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I think that's about it. I think I've said what I wanted to say off the top of my head. How I would make a Call of Duty game. This has been video number 2, part 2, or whatever you want to call it, of if RDXRZ was CEO of Activision. Which, unfortunately, we all know that's not going to happen, you know? But the ideas are there, you know? The ideas are there in those videos. Who knows? Maybe if Activision sees this, you know, please don't take my video down. It's not like I get paid for this stuff or anything like that. But, you know, make a good Call of Duty game. Make a good Call of Duty game. This is how to do it. This is literally the way forward, in my opinion, for Call of Duty. Stop the yearly releases and just make a game that says Call of Duty. And just implement, probably not all my ideas, but like you can implement most of my ideas in your game. I don't know. Maybe Activision just doesn't care. And you know, they're just gonna do what Activision does. But who knows? Maybe there's a dev out there who watches this video and probably can agree with some of the ideas that I had. And stuff like that. But other than that, guys, I'm out of time. Thanks for watching. I tried my best on the commentary stuff. Trying to get my points across and stuff like that with how I would make a Call of Duty game if I was CEO of Activision. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Legendary Reaper Death, Resurrect the Zombies. Signing out. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. What a game, what a game, what a game. Oh, I had 35 kills. I didn't feel like I had 35 kills, but I guess I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. I would also bring back, you know, executions. I would bring those back as well. Executions. I would also bring back you know, like the winner circle thing as well, you know, like that would be pretty cool too. But again, I'm out of time, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Legendary Reaper Death, Resurrect the Zombies, signing out this time. See y'all next time. Peace, guys.